All right. Enough of the requests, okay? I got it.
Brody Animates, please.
Brody Animates.
I would recommend Brody Animates.
Please watch Brody Animates again. Brody Animates. Brody Animates.
What about Brody Animates?
I wish they did
Brody Animates, dude! Brody Animates! Okay, I'm here, and I'll do it. Today, my friends, we're looking at Brody Animates. This dude has been killing it over the last couple of years, and I have been very happy to see it. Brody Animates is a legend. He's Canadian, so I automatically like him. I met him. He was nice. I automatically like him because he was nice. And we are going to check out some of his absolute classics.
Buying my first car. Twin stories featuring my brother.
And Injuries featuring Ice Cream Sandwich. We are going to watch these 3 slapperinos today and just relax. And by the end of the video, you're gonna have done 3 things, okay? Here's what you're gonna do. You will have liked this video. You will have booped like on this video. You will have subscribed to Brody Animates because he deserves all your support. And you will also be subscribed to my channel. If you're already, a lot of you guys are already halfway there, okay? So those are the 3 things that you will have done by the end of this video if you're a true legend. If you're not a true legend, then hey, by all means, don't do it. But if you are cool, I know I can count on you. Let's go.
I've always liked cars. I liked Hot Wheels as a kid. I would tag along with my dad to car shows, and when I saw a cool car on the road, I would harass my friends and go, look at that.
There's a car.
Still kind of do. But my interest definitely peaked when I was turning 16 and I could get my license.
Oh, yeah.
Finally, I could navigate the car-dependent suburbia of North America and contribute unreasonable amounts of greenhouse gas emissions. Hooray! Leading up to my birthday, I started looking for used cars in my area.
Wow.
Trucks, SUVs, whatever, the usual boring stuff. After a while of looking, I suddenly thought, man, this is gonna be my first car. Something I'll remember forever. I don't want to buy something boring or else those YouTube sponsorships would be for nothing.
No, get something boring, that's fine. Toyota.
These cars were sick as what? The idea of owning and driving something cool hit all the dopamine triggers in my tiny teenage brain. Obviously,
you do it?
I'm not rich. I wasn't gonna buy some Lambo or a brand new Challenger.
You can do it now, Brody. I bet you can do it now. I'm excited to see what he got. What is Brody's idea of a personality car that's not a Lambo? Listen, a Lambo is not a personality car, I'll tell you that much. I think Lambos are stupid. They're Hot Wheels cars for adults. I mean, if you're into Hot Wheels cars for adults, then feel free. I think that 99% of people who buy Lamborghinis are buying Lamborghinis to be like, look at my Lamborghini, guys. Look at how cool I am for having a Lamborghini. You know, I think it's the dumbest cool car. You know what I mean?
Just something that's got more personality than a Kia Soul. God, I hate Kia Souls.
That's not
And
nice.
I found something. A blue 2008 Ford Mustang GT. There are better cars out there, and it's not everyone's cup of tea, but no matter what I looked at, it just stuck in my mind.
So Stang
It
is
was
cool.
reasonably priced, great condition, big old V8 engine. I was sold. I should mention, this was actually kind of stupid. This car is clearly not equipped for a Canadian winter, so I'd have to get another vehicle for the season. It's also a dumb sports car that only seats 2. But you know what? I'm young. I got time to be smart when I'm old. After thinking it over, we drove out to the guy's house to see the car. First impressions were that this guy's old and he does not want to sell his car to me. Probably a good sign, though. You don't really want to buy a car from someone that's trying really hard to give it to you. What are you hiding? It also doesn't help that I'm a teenage boy, and if they're known for anything, it's doing stupid things with your friends.
Yeah, if you're a mature man and you have a bunch of history with this car, you don't want to give it to some snot-nosed kid. I can understand. I can understand that. It's like if I had to give away one of my muffins, and then the person who came over to take the muffin was some kid who's like, I'm gonna take the muffin. You know, it's like, I put time into that muffin, you know? Or that car, I guess. I put time into that car. I don't want some dumb kid crashing it.
That sentiment is not limited to totaling your car. It also didn't help that I actually didn't even have my license at the time of buying it because I wanted to get it before anyone else did.
Wow.
Hey, I'm Brody. I'm here to see the car.
You're Brody.
Yeah.
How long you been driving?
Like
0 days?
2 years with, my permit.
You don't have your license? And you want to buy my car?
Yes.
I've played a lot of Mario Kart. Luckily, my dad was there to assure him I'd be responsible.
All right.
He's also good at talking to other car guys, so shout out to my dad for scoring some brownie points with the weird
Good
Mustang
job,
guy.
Brownie Dad.
Also, side note, when I first opened the driver's side door, he had a humongous hunting knife.
Nice.
You know, As you do?
Yeah.
Just in your car? Hey,
that'll do a lot in Canada.
What's this?
Oh, yeah, don't worry about that.
You can keep it.
Okay. That's normal.
You can keep it and get all of your fingerprints on it. What a great idea. No one will ever know what that man did with that knife if they let Brody take it and get all of his fingerprints on it, you know? You'll never know. Good idea, sir. But yeah, Brody's still living in Canada during the winter. A sports car is just simply not a good idea. There was one time when I was living in Canada where I tried to drive my car like 2 blocks to a doctor's appointment after a snowstorm, and it's the most scared I have ever been driving in my entire life. You need to be equipped or else you will die.
Okay. That's normal. After showing me the car runs and I'm getting what I'm paying for, I gave him the money and took my new car home.
Nice.
One little thing I left out about this car is that it's a manual. Or standard, or stick shift, whatever you want to call it. What does that mean, the youngins may ask? Well, it has this funny
You're a
little stick in
youngin',
it,
Brody.
and a silly extra pedal that makes the car far more difficult to drive. The pros are that you get a bit more control, it can be more fun, and you look sick driving it.
Yeah. Good for the car
yeah,
boys.
fun tidbit. If you mess up, the car engine literally stops, and you have to embarrassingly restart it. Like a loser. Definitely makes it a lot more nerve-wracking when you've never driven one before and the only car you can practice on is a flamboyant blue and you regret all your life decisions.
What a loser.
Hey! I'll come over there and I'll show you who's the loser!
Yeah, get him! Get him!
Just give it a second.
It's gotta warm up. Get him, Brody! Yeah, okay, so manual transmissions. Listen, if someone is a avid car person and they really love cars and they're passionate about cars and they want the old school experience, that's cool. If you are just getting a car to go from point A to point B, getting a manual car is like buying a phone without a touchscreen where you just have to use buttons. It's like needlessly difficult, you know? We have the technology. You don't have to live like this. So if you're a car person, you know, get a manual all you want, but I'm just saying, aside from that, it's kind of just a pointless flex, in my opinion, you know?
But after you get the hang of it, they're pretty fun. And since not everyone can drive one, it's harder to steal because not- wait, hey! But not impossible. Also, being able to drive manual means I can drive practically any car.
No.
Even this big semi-truck!
Oh, wow.
After I got the hang of it and the initial awe wore off, I got to experience the absolute treat that is car maintenance. Both my parents were mechanics and my brother works at my uncle's auto glass shop.
Wow.
And I am a YouTuber. So the help was appreciated. My dad would always be doing some work on his truck and I'd watch, but I never paid much attention until I got a car. Finally, I graduated from tool hander over to tool user.
To tool.
Did I do it, Dad? But car maintenance is pretty simple, as long as you remember to do it. One thing I will never enjoy is the stupid DMV.
DMV? Is it even called the DMV in Canada? What's it called? It's definitely not called the DMV in Canada. It's called Service Ontario, I believe. If Brody's from Ontario, I don't know what province he's from. I'm pretty sure I went to Service Ontario. No, in Canada, driver's licenses and vehicle registration are handled at the provincial or territorial level. Ministry of Transportation, Service Alberta, Registry of Motor Vehicles.
The stupid DMV.
The DMV. Listen, homie. I know there's more Americans than Canadians in the world. You want to just say the words that make the most sense to the most people. But if you ain't go to the DMV, you can't say DMV.
First time I had to get a car registered, no problem. Bill of sale, insurance, I now have a car. I even noticed a sign on my way out that said verbal abuse will not be tolerated and thought,
Yeah, you can't talk
why
to
they
me.
have that? Should be pretty obvious. A few months later, I got a winter beater. Just an old Ford Explorer, nothing
and you
special,
wanted
just to
to
get me
verbally
through the
abuse
winter
them.
till I could sell it again and get back in the Mustang. Call back to when I said the Mustang wasn't a smart decision. But it shouldn't be a problem, right?
No.
I walk in there, immediately feel the wave of dread that spawns from the building somehow, and wait in line. They call me over, and it's even the exact same lady as last time. I give her the bill of sale, the insurance, and she pauses.
You need
You're
more.
16? Yeah.
You need more stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna need a parent for this, son.
Oh, you have to go back.
Well, you're not 18 yet. You can't register it. I did it last time, right here, in 5 minutes.
Sorry, mate.
Go get your mom.
Sorry, mate.
Well, now I know why the sign's there.
Yup.
I ended up getting it registered at a different DMV with my mom present, and she didn't even do anything. She was just there. You really need her for that? Are you serious? Fun times.
Yeah, no, I will say that is an almost universal experience of going to the DMV because I live in the United States now, so I have gone to the DMV, thank you. Almost every time I've gone to the DMV, and then when I finally wait in line and get through, they tell me I need something else that I didn't bring, so I have to leave and come back and do the whole thing again. That is why the sign is there. That's why the sign's there. Even though he didn't go to the actual DMV, I relate to the experience.
You really need her for that? Are you serious? Fun times. Anyways, the point is, I'm really grateful to be able to have my own car, and at that, one I really like. Unlike a Kia Soul. If you're also getting your
What's wrong
license,
with the
remember not
Soul?
to be a hooligan, don't put other people in danger, and enjoy the freedom. With all that being said, I'm gonna go pop that Kia's tires.
I'm serious. 60 miles an hour on Heelys. I mean, rest in peace, but what a way to go out. Wait, hold on.
Kia Soul.
Nice swoosh moment.
Hey, aren't you Brody Animates?
No.
See,
Hey, whatever happened to Greg?
That's why the car salesman put the knife in the car, so you could do your stupid Kia Soul destruction. What the heck, man?
Dude.
What is wrong with Kia Souls, Brody? I mean, yes, it looks a little silly, but it looks very practical. You know, you can fit a wife and kids in there, you know? You can go on a little camping trip with that. Just because you have the cool Stang doesn't mean you gotta hate on the soul, you know? The soul, I would argue, is the most important part of a human.
You ever give your friends like a visit from the tickle monster? Because it's been a while.
What?
No.
What?
What?
I didn't. What? You don't do that?
We gotta do a little intro. Okay. I'm joined with my, wow, I don't... Hey guys, today I'm gonna be talking about some silly stories with the evil one. Take it away.
I have a lot of stuff to say about this idiot.
What's your name?
You look like me, but a little ugly.
Bro, he's got my face, but I wear it better.
You look like me, but like someone took a picture of me with an Android and then upscaled it. And it just looked a little off.
Nice.
Like this.
Growing up, me and Brock always got gifts where like our relatives would be like, this is for both of you. And we both hated it.
What the
But
heck?
I distinctly remember one Christmas.
Dude, if I had a twin, I would, oh my God. I've said this so many times, guys. You think that my videos are dastardly with me? If I had a twin, 10 mil subs, easy, easy. The Bobo twins, the IDK brothers. Listen, 2 people with ADHD equals 1 normal person. So there would be no limit to my potential if I had another one of me. That's all I'm saying. If they invent cloning, I'm gonna do it so that I have someone else to help edit my videos and they can come out more often.
But I distinctly remember one Christmas. We get gifts from our parents. They're big gifts. And it's to Brock and Brody. And we're like, oh, well, whatever. And there's one big one and one small one. Brock's like, I want to unwrap the big one. I was like, whatever, dude. I'm the better brother. I'm nicer. I'm better looking. I'll let him unwrap the bigger present. We both unwrap them at the same time. And Brock unwraps the Xbox.
What?
And I unwrap the Kinect. And Brock was like, well, the Xbox is mine.
Oh, no.
And I was like, no, that is not,
No
dude.
way.
And like, what am I going to do with the Kinect? like,
With no
I
Xbox.
really wanted this one Nerf gun, and it was called a Rhino Fire. It was like a turret. And
Rhino
my
Fire.
birthday comes around, and I see this huge present, and I was like, it's gotta be it. But
It's gotta be the
thing is,
Rhino.
it's labeled Brody. So like, I open my gift. I can't even remember what it is because I didn't.
It's
give
the
a fuck.
Stinky
It
Fire
wasn't
2000.
mine. It was clearly Brody's gift, and I watched as Brody opened the Rhino Fire, and I lost my mind. Like, I was not okay with that, dude.
Mess with the
I was
Rhino,
like,
you'll get
are
the
you
horns.
serious?
Me and Brock, we played hockey, starting at 5 years old.
Same.
Stopped playing like when we were like 15.
Same.
We were always very competitive with each other. Like there was one time we were having a scrimmage at practice, and it was me versus you. And I just knew within my heart, like I had to put Brock in his place, dog.
Yeah,
I've
get him.
never tried
Get him.
harder for anything in my life.
Smash
I don't even
him
remember
against the
game.
boards.
It's just a haze to me now, but I ended up like beating you by like 1 goal, and then I just passed out on the ice. And the coach came over. He was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like,
I just remember you were kind of a goon, buddy. There wasn't really anybody else on our team that would like hurt people, and Brody was that guy. Like somebody hit our goalie, and Brody just like punched him in the face. I don't know. It sounds bad, and these are like 10-year-old kids.
Dude, in Canada, we are instructed and taught from a very young age to take hockey extremely seriously. I understand. Honestly, the first time I ever threw up, I probably threw up a few times when I was a little baby and I don't remember it, but the first time I threw up as a conscious person was when I was playing in the championship hockey game when I was like 7 or 8 years old, and the score was tied at the end of the game, so we had to play an extra round, and I had never exercised for that long in my life.
Oh, so this is the overtime.
Overtime!
And the second I stepped off the ice, yacked. So I get it. We're told to take hockey extremely seriously.
I don't know. It sounds bad, and these are like 10-year-old kids, man.
Remember when you were obsessed with the Cotton Eye Joe song for like years?
Oh, trash.
Like anytime there was a
Trash.
silence, Brock just filled it with Cotton Eye Joe.
At
Trash.
first it was ironic, and then eventually got to the point where like I couldn't not do it. There's a bunch of things that I learned at work that I carry into my normal life. I work in a kitchen, right? So when we go around a corner, we're usually carrying something. So you always say corner when you're going around a corner, and I do that at school all the time.
Corner Eye Joe.
The other thing that we do is when we walk behind somebody, we say behind you. And I do that in my daily life.
Cotton Eye Joe.
All the time. The normal people that do not work in a kitchen do not like that. When you're behind them and you're just like, behind you. It's like,
Yeah.
it's so weird.
Wow, I should have said that when I saw Brody. I should have said behind you. Then he would have known I'm a true Brody Animates fan. But then again, I hadn't actually seen it, so it wouldn't actually help. You guys vibing with the Brody Animates so far? Reminder that if you want me to do this again, you gotta let me know in the comments and you gotta show your support on this video. I'm having a good time. It's cool.
So, me and my girlfriend, we're going on a road trip. I'm getting a little tired, so we pull over. I let her drive, and we turn around, and I'm just like checking my phone. As we're coming up on this bridge, I see the bump that I hit earlier, and it's it's pretty significant. I'm like, she sees that. She's gonna slow down.
No.
We're not slowing down. And by
No,
the
no,
time I
no,
look
stop!
up, it's just too late.
Slow
Like,
down!
by the time that I'm like, maybe you should, and then I was like, holy, we gotta take her easy. Like, and I look beside me, and my hubcap is flying down the highway beside me, and I was like, oh my god, my hubcap! Pull over! I had to run out of the car into the ditch to grab my hubcap, and it was still rolling when I got out of the car. It came right to me.
You know when you're a kid and you have no perception of money at all?
Yes.
Dude, I got $50 for my birthday one time.
Chihuahua.
50 bucks!
And I was like, Mom, Dad, I want a Chihuahua.
And the reason you thought that, I remember, is because like they're a small dog.
Ah.
They can't cost that much.
Just a little dog. That is what a Canadian $50 bill looks like, and I will show you. Look at this old picture of me holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 750, 700. This is what I used to buy my first camera. I had never actually held this much money before in my life. I used this money to buy my first camera that I started my YouTube channel with. So yeah, anyways, this is what a $50 Canadian bill looks like. It's got the reflecty thing. It's red. It's cool. I like it. You can call it Monopoly money all you like, but you cannot hide the tears when you go to sleep at night knowing that our money is cooler than yours.
They can't cost that much.
It's just this little thing, dude. It's like
just a little guy.
You want
Yeah.
to talk about your diploma exam?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we can talk
Yeah,
about that.
so in your senior year, you take a final exam, and it's a very, very important exam where
Yes.
we live. I decided to start off by giving my boy a coffee.
when I walked into
Coffee
the
in high
classroom,
school?
I just sat down, set my coffee down. Our test started. I was feeling good. I'm
Coffee in
typing
high
away.
school?
I reach over, like around my computer, grab my dictionary. I pull my dictionary towards me, and my whole coffee slides off the desk and smashes onto the floor. I had not taken a
Unbelievable.
single sip of that
single
venti
sip.
Americano. All 20 ounces of that coffee
Sad.
is all over the floor. This
Sad.
girl that's sitting beside me, it's like she had to like lift her shoe up, and she like, looks at me, and she's like, oh.
Way to go, Brock.
And I was like, well, I don't know what to do. Like, the instructor, she's like, it's okay, I'll handle that. And I was like, should I grab something to like clean it up? And she's like, no, we got this. And then they have to like move some of us and shuffle the desk around to get at the coffee. And they bring in a mop bucket.
Unbelievable.
And the janitor and the instructor are there cleaning up my mess
Right.
while I'm typing
Unbelievable.
my essay. And I'm like, I could literally not get out of here faster. And I was the first person to leave the room. When I went back to write my next final, my English teacher sees me and she's like,
You better put that blue Gatorade away. I see you got the color that stains super easily. Yeah, I thought that the floor in this classroom needed a blue tint to it. Thanks, Brock.
teacher sees me and she's like, oh, I see you brought a Gatorade today. Maybe keep the lid on, eh? I want to talk about your snarls that you do, but I know you won't. I know you won't put it in the video.
Well,
Do the snarls.
Go for it, little buddy.
Do the
all right?
snarls.
You're spitting. Whatever.
Okay, well, I don't know what it is about you, buddy, but for some reason, there's always something in your throat, and Brody always has to clear his throat, and it's so loud, and it's so aggressive. It's like, it sounds like a zombie. It sounds like a
Do
walker,
one,
bro.
Brody.
Like the other day, I was just like walking with Brock, and I was like, "Hey, do you need chapstick?" And you were like, "Yeah," and I was like, "That sucks."
Dude, that was terrible.
Do a
I just
snarl.
worked an 8-hour shift, and my lips were so chapped, and he's like, "You need chapstick?" I was like, "Yeah, I do."
Yeah.
You never realize your lips are chapped until someone asks you, and then just leave them hanging.
That reminds me of
Wow.
at work yesterday. My coworker Levi, even when we're busy, honestly, like he just like starts kicking at people. And now it's a thing in our kitchen. It's contagious, and it's another one of those things that I do at work that I've carried over to my daily life. And I started doing it to one of my friends at school today.
That's
And he was
good.
like, "What are you doing?"
It's good that you're doing
And I
that.
was like, "That's just a warning."
It's good that you're doing that.
You did the Brody, which is I just like to lie to
Chop
people
away
and
at the
then-
legs. Hey, the best way to win a fight, if the fight is gonna last longer than 10 minutes, chop away at the legs. You're gonna get rid of their base. They won't be able to throw hooks as easily because they can't put the same weight on it. Brock is playing the long game, weakening his opponents ahead of time. And if you're lucky,
Technique to this guy. Oh, and again.
if you hit those legs hard enough,
Man, he's hurt.
they'll be like,
He's hurt,
"No,
he's
I
hurt,
can't
he's hurt.
even do it."
It's over.
And then you win.
It's all over.
And it's all over.
Patrick Berry.
And Patrick
wins his
Berry.
UFC debut.
On the UFC
Look at the
debut.
technique. Look at this. Boom.
Boom.
You did the Brody, which is I just like to lie to people and then fully commit to it and then just like be like, "Nah, I'm just kidding."
But like you do that to me so much that when the queen died, Brody bursts into my room. The king goes, "The queen is dead!" And in the most dramatic voice ever. I still find it funny to this day. And I like Google it and I was like, that's like the first time you've ever told me the truth about a
Oh,
celebrity. Like,
wow. I guess that is a trick in life, you know? If you want to be able to lie and people believe you, just tell the truth 99% of the time. If you want to be able to tell the truth and people don't believe you, lie all the time and then tell the truth once. I don't really know why that would benefit your life, but it worked for Brody here.
Well, before we get started, I have to let you know, I'm a terrible host. I'm really mean.
Okay.
I've been known to bite.
Oh.
I got in trouble for that too. Nathan and Bryson aren't talking to me.
Yeah.
You're cool with that, right?
Yeah. I think I can.
All right.
I got health insurance.
Thank you for joining me here, Andy. Today we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, you are clearly a mean host, Brody, because you had to draw yourself 3 times as big as your guest. We get it, bro. You're tall. We get it, bro. You're tall. Listen, if I collabed with you, Brody, how are you gonna draw me, huh? How are you gonna draw me? We can go arm for arm, huh? How are you gonna draw me, Brody? Huh? You gonna draw me as half your size?
Good luck. Good luck. Try it, Brody. I dare you.
Thank you for joining me here, Andy. Today we're going to be talking about injuries.
Oh.
If I'm not wrong, you've been hurt before.
No
That
way.
is correct. I have felt pain in my in my days.
Medical marvel. Wow. I get injured a lot out of just ignorance.
Yeah.
I was going camping with my brother and my dad. We brought our rescue dog with us, Maple, and like she's like a huge muscular dog. We just want to tire her out. So we put her on like a giant 100-foot rope and just threw a
100-foot
frisbee for her.
rope.
I didn't realize, but I threw the frisbee.
Oh, you're
looked
gonna trip
down,
yourself.
And the rope is wrapped around my foot. And then right as I like let go of the frisbee, I'm like, I should I should move my foot. But it was just too late. Like, she took off so fast, it tightened around my foot instantly, and then it shredded all the skin in a circle around my ankle.
my gosh.
My dad was one of those dads where he just kind of lets things go.
Wow.
He was like, we'll put some athletic wrap on that. And
Yo,
then I
we'll
just slept
put
out
some
in the
dirt on it.
wilderness with my shredded foot. For 4 years, I just had like a ring around my ankle.
Oh, so that was like, that is deep. That was
yeah,
a deep.
it took everything with it, dude.
Wow.
Like way back in high school, I was just biking around with a buddy. We got up to this top of the hill, and at the bottom there's like a little construction going on. It's like piles of dirt. He like goes down the hill, hits a pile of dirt, ramps off of it, but doesn't get in the air. And he's like, "Come on, Andy, you do it." And I'm like, "No, I don't want to do it." And he's like, "Pressure me."
Do it, Andy.
Come on, it'll be fun. And I'm like, "Fine, I'll do it." I don't know why, but I started to really like lean into going down the hill. Like I was pedaling.
no.
At the last second, he's like, slow down, and I'm like, what? And then I hit the pile of dirt, but it was a different parallel pile of dirt that was one, larger, and two, way softer packed. So my bike just sinks into it while I'm going like 30 miles an hour. I fly like 20 feet, like everything's in slow motion.
Let's go.
Oh no, I should have done it. And then I hit the ground and like slide over 5 feet on my face. And then the friction slows me down. That was like the worst injury because you could see it all over my face. Like I looked like Two-Face. I would like, it's like all but it didn't hurt. Comes over to me, he's like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, actually, I'm fine." And then I went to school the next couple days and people were like, "What happened?"
You should see the other guy. Yeah, pile of dirt.
He's fine.
I mean, I'm injury prone, but my brother's got a couple less brain cells than I do. I love him, but he just thinks a whole lot less. I was sitting in class, must have been like 4th or 5th grade. The teacher tells me like, "Brody, you got to go in the hallway. Your brother's asking for it." And I was like, "Oh my God, like what's happening?" So I step out in the hallway and Brock's holding a tissue over his finger and he's like, "I have to go home." And I'm like, What are you talking about? He's like, "I have to go home. I don't know what to do." And I'm like, "What?
What did he do?"
This genius had been holding a pair of kitty scissors made to be safe, but they didn't make him Brock-proof, apparently. He's so bored in class. He's gonna saw a pencil in half, lengthwise, holding it in his hand. The scissors slipped and just went like half an inch into his thumb. He had to get 6 stitches.
1, never let him inside of a wood workshop. 2, get this man into an arm wrestling competition. Ta-da. That's incredible strength. That's crazy.
Oh man. I had a close call the other day cutting an avocado. I feel like most blade slipping injuries don't happen from sawing a pencil. Most of them happen in the kitchen. I make 2 smoothies every single day, and therefore I cut 2 avocados every single day. And the way I cut an avocado, actually, let me just show you. The way I cut an avocado is, well, first you take this little thing out. Ew, gross. Don't want to eat that in my smoothie. Then I take this knife, I dig into the avocado, and then I just do a nice 360 all the way around. And then, we got these 2 pieces of avocado. But the pit's still there. So then I do this. Boom. You have to twist it if you want to get it out. You twist it like that, and then as it's stuck in the thing, put it in the trash. And now the avocado's cut. And if you want to put this in a smoothie, just squeeze it in, you know? But anyways, one time recently I did that and it was close. Don't make that mistake.
I've had a similar hand injury when I was in elementary school. I don't know what I was doing, but for some reason, I like stabbed a pencil into my hand. But I went to the nurse's office and they're like, "What happened?" And it's like this pencil-shaped hole.
Oh no.
And I'm like, paper cut. Like I was very ashamed. And like,
makes sense.
It's like a hole. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like paper can't do that. Not that I got hurt with this one, but it was like another time in elementary school. I peed my pants. It wasn't great. Not proud of that.
Right out the gate.
That's not good.
And then like the teacher's like, okay, go to the nurse's office. The nurse calls my dad. My dad brings
the
over
nurse's
some
office.
new pants.
We diagnose you with pee-pee in the pants. You must take this antibiotic. Why do you go to the nurse's office? What's the nurse gonna do? Bandage you up with a new pair of pants? There's nothing to fix. You just need new pants. What's the nurse gonna do?
New pants. He's like trying to be thoughtful. Like, "Andy, do you want to go home for the day?" And I'm like,
Go home for the.
I do. So I go home and I'm like, watch cartoons for the rest of the day. And my 1.5 brain cells
Life hack.
conjures an idea. If I pee my pants more,
Oh my God,
I
dude.
can go home whenever
No.
I want. I found the loophole.
no.
So the next day, I deliberately just pee my pants. Like story time happens, I'm like, I've been holding
Oh my
it in.
God.
I'm gonna do it. And then I go to the nurse's office again. My dad brings another pair of pants, and I'm like, we're going home. He's like, no, you go back to class.
Yeah, dingus.
So I
Get
learned,
back to
and
it.
thank God, you know, because
Who knows how many
would've
more
created a
years
monster.
would have occurred. It was gym class, right? And they're doing that testing that they do, the provincial or state requirements, right? Me and one of my buddies, he runs around the football field. He gets a really good time,
Wow.
passes the test. For some reason, even though I am like the worst runner in the world, I was like, I'm gonna beat him.
You
I
can do
run
it.
harder and faster than I ever have in my whole life. And I beat him by like 3 seconds.
Yes.
So I look at him,
Gotcha.
and then I just throw up. everywhere.
Yes, that's what happens.
Like I just look at him and I go, ugh.
That's what happens.
comedically timed throw up.
That's like me with hockey. If you exercise harder than you have ever exercised before because of some external motivation, there's a high likelihood of yakking. That has happened to me 2 times. One time when I played hockey, as I described before, and then the other time when I was training with my coach, Stefan. See, one thing about me is I'm okay at self-motivation. I can work pretty hard, but if I'm working for somebody else, I work 10 times harder. I will put my pedal to the metal. I will go so hard if I'm working for someone else. So when I was training with this coach, he kept just telling me to do more. Push the sled across the gym 20 times. And I went as hard as I possibly could, and I threw up because it's like, oh, my brain is telling my body to do things it cannot do, and something has got to give. And what gave was the vomit out of my mouth.
Comedically timed throw up, while disgusting, is hilarious. That is very funny. Yeah, I didn't have a lot of physical altercations when I was a kid with my sisters. We just kind of were passive aggressive.
Which childhood would you rather have?
That's a great question.
The one of a warrior.
Do you want emotional or physical damage?
I preferred 0 damage, but I guess
Yeah.
that's not an option.
When you're a kid, you have like a rivalry, right? But then as you get older, you're like, okay, actually, I can be friends with
Yeah,
this person
they're
because
chill.
they're literally me.
That's where my sisters and I are now.
Yeah.
They're still like trapping you in a box.
That was a long time ago. I can't remember how old I was, but
That was last year.
that was a year. Actually, that was an hour ago.
Wow.
in the box filming right now.
Please help me.
I love being
one
rolled
was, like,
around
when
in a
I was
box.
Kid. But we went to Mall of America, and there was like some roller coaster in Mall of America. I can't remember which one it was, but like I was really pushing the line when it comes to how tall you're allowed to be. They let us on, and I'm like, well, this is crazy. Like this is going way too fast to be safe at all. I'm not having a good time. It takes this like pinpoint turn, and I smack my head on the side of the cart, and then as it's like turning the corner, they have those like the camera things that show like take a picture of you. Oh my god! And so it's like,
no
bam,
Post the picture.
and I'm so upset at this point. And my dad's like, isn't that funny? Like, how comedic.
Post
And
the
I'm
picture.
seething. I'm like, Father, how could you like abandon me in my time of need? Which now looking back, it is hilarious. And he
Builds
was
character,
totally,
yeah.
I quickly told this story in like a video once, but I don't even remember what video. I've never seen my videos. I have no idea which one this is from. It was at one of those like quick setup carnivals, and like I've learned to never go on those rides ever.
Oh yeah.
Because they just
'Cause
plopped them off the
spooky.
truck and they're like rattly and loose.
Spooky.
Yeah, and you have like questionable like employees as well. And my sister and my cousin went on one. It was just like a ring. You get in, you're locked in, and then it just goes.
And it just
goes in circles.
spins.
And it went for like 10 minutes. The guy was just like laughing and like he wouldn't stop the ride. And wow.
We were like out of town for like a hockey tournament or something, and we were staying in this hotel. We were hanging out in the pool. My sister's like, "You just want to like race to the end there?" My competitive nature that I had in the football field came back to me, and I was like, for absolutely no reason at all, I have to try my absolute hardest to win. Halfway
Yes,
through the race,
do
like,
it.
I'm booking it, but my sister's older than me. I
Do
was
it and
well,
yak
how do I
again.
like slow her down? So I start like pushing her under the water.
Oh,
And I was, like,
no,
on her
that's
back, and then
horrible.
she was like gasping for air. She was like, blah, blah, and I was like, wow, I'm winning.
That's the
and then
worst.
like I get to the end, she's completely out of breath, and she's like, why did you do that? And I was like, I won.
Oh, Dude, there was one time when I was a kid that my sister pushed me underwater. And for the first time in your life, that's when you experience, oh my gosh, my life could end right now if I do not get air. That's the most horrible feeling ever. Listen, if you have a sibling, do not do that to them. It is not a good feeling, okay?
I won.
My house was under construction, and a friend was over for a sleepover. We were hanging out. There was like this half wall next to the staircase, and there's like this shard of metal. I don't know why. There's just shard of metal in this wall. It should only be nails. He drags his arm across his forearm, and it gashes him about an inch. And it's totally open. Missed all veins, so he's not bleeding, but you could like see down.
Oh my God.
This is gross, a little content warning. You could like look in and see the fat cells of like his body.
Oh God, I hate that.
I'm freaking out. I'm like,
oh my God.
Because I've never seen such like raw detail. I'm screaming. I'm like, oh, Dad, we gotta go to the hospital. He's gonna die. And then he's fine. He's like, oh, yeah, it stings, but I'm okay. And I'm like, no, we do go to the hospital.
You gotta get stitches, bro.
It's totally fine.
You gotta get the stitches, bro. You can't just get away from that. If your skin separates, you need to stitch it. Just like how I need to boop the like button on the video and make sure I'm subscribed to I'm already subscribed to Brody Animates. Did you do the things?
Earlier in this video, I tasked you with 3 things. Did you do the things? If you have not done the things, you better do the things. Did you do the things? You're not cool unless you do the things. If you've done the things and you're ready to move on, here's what you can do.
Here is the last time I looked at Brody Animates. Go check this video out if you want to see it. It's a good time, okay? I would appreciate it. I'll see you there, okay? Or here's another video of mine that YouTube thinks you'll like. I'll see you here, I'll see you there. Here's Brody's channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Peace out, people. I appreciate you. Bye.